Yeah, I know.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for the Richmond Common Council meeting for August the 3rd, 2026. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer from Councilor Purcell.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would everyone please remain standing after the prayer for a second prayer? Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts for the opportunity to serve our community. We thank you for the gift of this city, for the people who call it home, and for the privilege of working together for the common good. Grant each member of this council wisdom that is clear, vision that is far-reaching, and compassion that is deep. Help us to listen with open minds, speak with respect, and decide with integrity. May our decisions tonight be guided by fairness, unity, and a shared commitment to the well-being of all our residents. Where there are differences, let understanding prevail. Where there are challenges, let solutions emerge. And where there is uncertainty, let courage lead the way. Bless our city, our leaders, and our citizens, and may the work we do here today leave a lasting positive impact for generations to come. Amen. Heavenly Father, we come before you with heavy hearts, mourning the loss of a brave soul who served with honor and courage, Officer Brad Fisher. In his final moments, he stood as a shield for others, embodying the highest call to protect and serve. We ask you to welcome him into your eternal peace, where there is no pain, no fear, and no darkness, only the light of your presence. Wrap his family, friends, and fellow officers in your comfort, granting them strength for the days ahead. May Brad's sacrifice never be forgotten, and may his legacy of service inspire us to live with the same courage, compassion, and dedication. Bless all who continue to serve, keeping them safe under your watchful care. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
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 Thank you, Mr. Purcell. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Doug Goss.
Here.
Lucinda Wright.
Present.
Bill Engel.
Here.
Larry Parker.
Here.
Ann Taylor.
Here.
Gary Turner.
Here.
Jane Bumbelow.
Here.
Justin Burkhart.
Here.
And Jerry Purcell.
Here.
All are present.
Thank you. At this point, we've had an opportunity to review the minutes from our July 20th, 2026 meeting. Are there any questions, comments, changes to those minutes?
Mr. President,
Mr. Purcell.
if there are no changes, I move that we accept as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the minutes from the July 20th, 2026 meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. At this point, we're moving into the agenda, the resolutions, Resolution 20, 2026, and Resolution 22, 2026. The Resolution 20, 2026 is the resolution that addresses the annexation, and we are going to hold that this evening because it has not come before Plan Commission just yet, and our hope is that we can revisit that at our September the 8th meeting. So stay tuned for that. Resolution 22, 2026.
Okay. A resolution authorizing the investment of public funds into certificates of deposit pursuant to Indiana Code 5-13-9-5.
Good evening, Council. Tracy McGinnis.
Good evening.
Amy?
Before you is Resolution Number 22, 2026. It is an annual housekeeping resolution related to the city's investment program. This resolution allows the banks outside the political subdivision to submit quotes on public fund certificates of deposits. This authorization expires 1 year after the adoption date pursuant to Indiana Code 5-13-9-5. Any questions?
Does anyone have any questions for Tracy?
Mr. President,
Mr. Purcell?
this was discussed at the Finance Committee meeting, and after review and evaluation, a positive recommendation has been given.
Thank you. What is council's pleasure?
Mr. President, I move to approve Resolution 22, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 22, 2026. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Communications from the mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple of items of note. We received the first fuel tax makeup distribution. That came in $103,080.12 for June. April and May are not in yet. As you may have heard, the fuel tax holiday expires at the end of this week, so I guess the message is fill up your tanks on Friday, right? Well, so last week we had our first pass with the department heads for the 2027 budget, and we're starting to take calls about the trick or treat night. So I'll get with the police department and confirm that most likely it'll be Saturday night. I know, most likely it'll be Saturday night, Halloween, October 31st, but I'll get with them first before we call that. Yes, that's all I have.
Anyone have any questions for the mayor? All right. At this point, you've also, this body has seen the minutes from the Board of Public Works and Safety from July the 2nd and July the 9th. Any comments or questions? Hearing none. Ordinances on first reading. Well, first off, are there any reports from any department heads or standing committees?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to do an update from the Richmond Airport. Excitement is building as we draw closer to breaking ground on the new terminal building. We've received $1.4 million in grant award and are currently awaiting the second portion of the bipartisan infrastructure law bill grant funding to arrive. Once those funds are in place, we'll be ready to move forward with construction. In addition, runway 624 crack repairs and new pavement markings are scheduled to begin in August. These improvements are part of the ongoing commitment to maintaining a safe and efficient airport. Airport activity has remained strong throughout the summer despite higher fuel prices. Traffic has been steady and fuel sales have continued to perform well. According to flight-aware aircraft operations have increased by 21% compared to this time in 2024, which is an encouraging sign of continued growth. Our flight school, Fly Richmond, is also experiencing great success. They've welcomed several new students who have recently begun pilot training, and we're excited to see continued interest in aviation education, and I think this is absolutely wonderful. Also, the airport is proud to announce that they can report a financial milestone. The Richmond Municipal Airport has surpassed $1 million in cash reserves as a self-supporting airport that receives no funding from local tax levy. This achievement reflects the hard work, sound financial management, and long-term planning that have positioned the airport for continued success. Personally being on the aviation board as the liaison, I personally have witnessed the professional conduct and integrity of the board, and is well worth taking note. The future of the Richmond Municipal Airport is bright, and it's with much appreciation the continued support of the mayor and council as all of us move forward to these exciting projects and continue to serve our community. There you go.
Thank you. Good
You're
report.
welcome.
Thank you, Jane. Any questions of Councilor Bumbelow? Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you for that report. Are there any other reports from department heads or standing committees, special committees, or organizations? Hearing none, ordinances on first reading.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to read ordinance 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39 by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to read ordinances 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39 by title only. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance number 33, 2026, an ordinance adopting a new schedule of rates and charges for services rendered by Richmond Power and Light.
With some hesitation.
Good evening, everyone. Tony Foster, General Manager, Richmond Power and Light.
Good evening.
On July 13th, the RP&L Board met and passed Resolution 2-2026, which referred this proposed schedule of rates and charges to the Richmond Common Council for consideration. I believe tonight our simple request is to refer this to the Finance Committee for review, and we'll come back at a later date for a presentation and public hearing. Is that fair?
Very fair. Yeah, no, that's great, and I think to really thoroughly vet this, it's important. Thank you, Tony. Any questions before this is referred to the Finance Committee from council to Tony? All right, we will refer it to Finance Committee. Thank you, Tony.
Ordinance number 34, 2026, a special ordinance authorizing the approval of a statement of benefits for a property owner applying for deductions under Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1.
Mr. President,
Mr. Goss.
I'm going to speak to 34, 35, and 36 all at the same time. This is for J.M. Hutton, which is now National Stamping and Fabrication, doing business as J.M. Hutton. 34 is for personal property tax. 35 is for research and development equipment, and 36 is for information technology equipment. They have a total investment of about $4.1 million. They are currently 51 jobs that they are trying to retrain, and possibility of 37 jobs to be created. We ask that you refer each one of these ordinances to the Tax Abatement Committee for evaluation.
Any questions or comments from council to Mr. Goss? Then we will refer those ordinances as presented to the Tax Abatement Committee.
Would they be read separately or
Yeah, we probably need to read each one.
read each set separately? Okay. Ordinance number 35, 2026, a special ordinance authorizing the approval of a statement of benefits for a property owner applying for deductions under Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1.
Per Councilor Goss's recommendation, this one will also be referred to the Tax Abatement Committee.
And then ordinance 36, 2026, a special ordinance authorizing the approval of a statement of benefits for a property owner applying for deductions under Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1.
Per Councilor Goss's recommendation, we will forward this to the Tax Abatement Committee.
Ordinance 37, 2026, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the City of Richmond to receive donations.
Good evening, Rodney Mays, Airport Manager.
Good evening.
So this ordinance number 37 is the ordinance asking to receive donations. We do have a large donation that's going towards the construction of the terminal building. And then there's also some smaller donations that people have asked about and would like to help out with the project. We also have the candy drop coming up in October that we receive candy or donations for that. So that'll cover us for the rest of the year for 2026.
Does council have any questions of Mr. Mays?
Mr. President,
Mr. Parker?
what's a candy drop?
So we didn't do it last year, but we're planning on doing it this year. So we have pilots that bring their planes out, pass out candy. And then we also have a helicopter that comes in from Ohio, and they do a candy drop from the helicopter on the taxiway. So-
There at the airport?
At the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be sometime in October. We don't have a date set yet, but we'll announce that on social media.
Are there releases that are signed for that liability?
I was going to say, don't they, Paul?
We keep the kids far away from the actual drop. And then they're allowed to run and grab the candy, so it's safe. The kids enjoy it and we enjoy it, so.
So is this normally on a weekend then?
We did last year, but we didn't quite have the draw that we had through the week, so we'll probably move it back to a Wednesday evening or Thursday evening. For whatever reason, Saturday wasn't too popular. So we'll, I guess the date's yet to come, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. Because this is an ordinance to receive donations, what is council's pleasure?
Mr. President,
Yes.
I would move that we suspend the rules and advance ordinance 37, 2026 to second reading, read by title only.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and move ordinance 37, 2026 to second reading. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance number 37, 26, an appropriation ordinance authorizing the city of Richmond to receive donations.
All right, because it's on second reading, it's also a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to come forward and speak in favor of ordinance 37, 2026? Is there anyone in the audience that would like to come and speak in opposition of ordinance 37, 2026?
Move for engrossment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to engross. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Call the question.
Second?
We have the call for the question and a second. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Doug Goss,
Aye.
Lucinda Wright,
Aye.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Larry Parker.
Aye.
Ann Taylor.
Aye.
Gary Turner.
Aye.
Jane Bumbelow.
Aye.
Jerry Purcell.
Aye.
Justin Burkhart.
Aye.
All are in favor.
All right.
Ordinance 38, 2026, an appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 budget.
Good evening again. Tracy McGinnis, Controller.
Good evening.
Ordinance 38-2026 is an interfund transfer within the general fund for $22,000 from the unemployment compensation line into $10,000 for background checks and $12,000 for contractual services, which would enable, which is for contract or union negotiations.
So, Tracy, are these items are budgeted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. When we had our reduction in force at the beginning of 2026, we had to maximize unemployment compensation for the full amount for the length of time needed. We did not use all of those funds. So now we're able to move these funds into background checks and also the contract, used for contract negotiations
Okay.
without increasing the budget.
Is the time constraints?
No.
Okay. Then, any questions for Tracy? All right, I'd like to assign this to the Finance Committee.
Ordinance 39, 2026, an appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 budget.
And me again. This is an additional appropriation in the amount of $630,000 for the terminal construction and the shortage the FAA took for the terminal design of the new airport terminal facility. If you have any questions, I have Rodney here that will be more than happy to answer them.
Does council have any questions of Tracy or Rodney? Is there any time restriction on this?
Did you call a time restriction on it or no?
Okay. All right, then we will assign this to Finance Committee as well.
Thank you.
Second reading. Ordinance number 31, 2026, an appropriation ordinance amending the 2026 budget.
So this is on second reading, but correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe we've already had public hearing
I think that's correct, yes.
on this. So I don't know, I know there was a little bit of discussion last time. You know, depending on what departments are selected to go first, you know, what is the administration's recommendation, and how do we want to proceed on that? I'm guessing that was probably part of the conversation this evening.
Mr. President?
Finance.
Yes, it was. It was assigned to finance to determine which department would be looked at first. And in our discussions, that is an administrative decision, in our opinion.
Okay.
And therefore, the mayor should make that decision.
Okay. Any other discussion from council related to last meeting's discussion, selection, or
Mr. President.
Ms. Mumble?
One of the things that I wanted to say is that in the different discussions, I know some people are for it and some people are against it, and I'm just speaking for myself. There are a lot of, with Senate Bill 1, there were a lot of changes that happened, and there's more changes coming down the line. And we have to be prepared, and they're coming down the line, and they are going to be, I do believe, implemented in 2028, I'm thinking, or it's coming down the line in 2028. But from my conversations and due diligence, I just really strongly feel like that it would be a benefit to to us. And I know that there's been opposition expressed. If you guys, you even consider electronics, 6 months down the road, the thing that you bought 6 months ago, it's changed. Everything is rapidly changing. And there is some updated means that can be implemented during this study that I feel like that would be helpful. But that's just what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other feedback? What is council's pleasure?
Move to engross.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to engross. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Call the question.
Call the question?
Yep.
Did somebody
Second.
make a motion?
I did. Call the question.
Got you engrossed.
Well,
Everybody second?
the motion carried because we had one in opposition.
Okay,
So now we call the question.
I did.
Okay,
so then Larry seconded. Did you know that?
okay,
Oh, I heard James seconded it.
all right,
I didn't hear her.
okay. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Somebody
Do
did.
that.
Somebody seconded.
Thank you. There's just a lot.
Okay. Doug Goss,
Yay.
Lucinda Wright,
No.
Bill Engel,
Aye.
Larry Parker,
Aye.
Ann Taylor,
Aye.
Gary Turner,
Aye.
Jane Bumbelow,
Aye.
Jerry Purcell,
No.
Justin Burkhart,
No.
6-3 in favor.
Motion carries. As I said in the beginning of the meeting, Ordinance 32, 2026, along with the resolution, is going to be held in hopes that we hear it at the September 8th meeting. In miscellaneous, I had two items, and my first item was an information item, but also a media request. On July the 23rd, there was an article released on the bidding of our 6 RPD police cars and how the Detroit, Michigan dealer bid was $20,000 less. And after further review, I believe, and I wanted to take this moment to educate everyone that that wasn't necessarily a fair article, in my opinion, because what was bid from our local dealer in Wetzel was not what was bid from the Detroit, Michigan dealer. Specifically, what we asked for from our local dealer was a different engine and also an EcoBoost engine for the 6 vehicles and spotlights for the 6 vehicles. So there was a difference financially, but if you put those bids up against each other and remove those, our local dealer was approximately $2,500 cheaper than that bid. So I just, as a request for any media, I would just like to ask that there either be an update to that story, but I certainly want to put the facts out there as far as it relates to what our local dealer, what the bid they were up against, and the Detroit, Michigan bid, and to show just how close it was. And in fact, it was in the local dealer's favor.
Mr. President?
Mr. Purcell.
Yeah, I would like to ask the police chief if the cars that are bid from Michigan meet the specs that you're looking for.
Thank you. I don't have a specific answer on that right now. I did not go over those. It's been a couple weeks. They were close, but price was obviously a big factor. But the actual specs themselves, the Michigan dealer wasn't able to produce what was actually in the bid. So it was off in that aspect. But the specs themselves, to answer your question, I would have to look at that again.
Well, it sounds like you were getting a bigger, more efficient engine, and the spotlight option that you're not getting on the cars from Michigan, and I just want to make sure that you're getting what you want.
We are getting what we need.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Yes, Ms. Turner.
Chief Weatherly. Were both of those bids, did they meet the specifications?
They did not.
Did either one of them meet the specifications,
Neither one of them did,
including Wetzel?
including Wetzel.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. President, wasn't there also a time frame issue that was involved with the bidding?
That is correct. That is part of the specifications that weren't met.
Oh, okay,
Delivery was 6 vehicles in 10 days.
got it.
Mr.
And
President,
neither one?
I want to clarify on the time specification. There was a time specification within the bid specifications. The local dealer could meet that. The Michigan dealer could not. The local dealer had 3 cars. And so notwithstanding conversations, surrounding the specifications, I think both were close and meet the needs of RPD. So the local dealer bid was accepted for those 3 vehicles that it had, but there was still a need for 3 additional vehicles. And so it looked at the next lowest responsible and responsive bidder, which was the Michigan dealer. And so we kind of bifurcated the process, not entirely ordinary, something that we see every day, but it worked out in the city's favor to do it in the manner in which we did.
AJ, so can I ask then why, if in this instance, the original cars that were purchased, why, unless I'm not hearing this correctly, why were those ordered not to the specifications in the first place? Like, why would I order something that it's not what I need or want?
I would defer to Chief Weatherly, but I believe they were spec'd out according to the needs of RPD, but we don't always get the exact specifications on the bid return.
Okay.
So we look at those, consider everything in the aggregate, and then accept the lowest, most responsible and responsive bidder as it relates to the bid specs that were advertised. Is that fair, Chief Weatherly?
That's fair and accurate.
Thank you for the clarification.
Welcome.
And then my last piece on the miscellaneous is I was a part of a conversation that took place down on South 9th Street, and I really just wanted to really sing the praise of Teal, our street department commissioner. He was responsive to the need of this resident taxpayer and was able to get a new sidewalk put in. And so for the sake of public, I wanted to really sing TL's praise because he answered the call and he took care of the need. So I wanted to make that a public thing too. So,
Mr. President,
Mr. Purcell.
I emailed him the same because he was very responsive, and it was highly appreciated.
Yep.
We'll pass that along, Mr. President. They were even out this weekend with all the washouts from the rain, so they work nonstop.
Are there any other comments? And
Yes, I do. I just want to say to Chief Weatherly and RPD, we had an incident at Townsend Community Center a couple of weeks ago, last week. And something that we had not ever, even though we're a community center, it was something that we had not ever experienced. And the response of RPD was just phenomenal. I appreciate that. We appreciate that so very much. So I want to publicly thank Chief and all of RPD for what you do. Thank you so much.
anything else? Did I hear a motion?
Move for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You're watching WGTV Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television family of stations.
Welcome to the Richmond Power and Light Board of Directors meeting for August 3rd, 2026.
We get a do-over.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Doug Goss,
Here.
Lucinda Wright,
Present.
Bill Engel.
Here.
Larry Parker.
Here.
Ann Taylor.
Here.
Gary Turner.
Here.
Jane Bumbelow.
Here.
Jerry Purcell.
Here.
And Justin Burkhart.
Here.
All are present. Attached.
Approval of minutes.
Hearing no questions or comments, I move to approve as presented.
Second.
Wait a minute.
You just need a second?
Yeah,
You got one.
you got one. We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bills to be approved.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Parker.
Finance Committee has reviewed the bills and moves for approval of $8,088,356.05.
We have a
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve the bills as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any unfinished business? Report by the general manager.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Regarding those bills, that is a little higher than you usually see, but once a year, we pay our insurance premiums, and that was included in this last round of bills. So that is a contributing factor. Plus, we had a very hot month of June, and that bill was included as well, so our IMPA bill was a little higher. But anyway, tonight, I have a couple action items. The first is request to open bids for a new 2026 or current model year all-terrain track loader and trailer. This was previously approved in the 2026 budget. We do have a potential trade. 2015 all-terrain track loader skid steer has over 2,100, maybe 2,200 or 2,300 hours on it by now because we're continuing to use it. We do have the proof of publication that would request approval of, and then we'll open those bids.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve proof of publication. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, so we have several bids for this item tonight, so we'll dig right in. First is from New Holland, from here in Richmond. This is for the skid loader itself. Price $101,475, trade-in of $25,000 for a total price of $76,475. Same price if they don't do the trade. Looking to see if they did a separate bid for the trailer or if that is included in this 101. So I guess as we do our bid tabulation, we'll make sure that's clear and I'll report back to you on that. We usually get our bid tabs done a couple days, at least probably tomorrow, so I'll make sure we get that sent out to you. The next one is from, however you pronounce it, is it Koenig, K-O-E-N-I-G?
Koenig.
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 I should have brought a letter opener tonight. Karen's on it. All right, let's see if we can find their bid. They bid $94,995.49. This is for a John Deere model, trade-in $16,000, total price of $78,995.49. Price with no trade-in is the same. And it doesn't look like they've submitted a bid for the trailer either. And the reason we do a trailer each time is because the weight of the unit is so heavy that the trailer needs to be balanced for the weight of that unit. So anyway, we'll have to look into that. We have three more. Bobcat of Anderson. This is for a Bobcat T76-2. Total price $99,300, $25,500 offered in trade for a total price of $73,800. Another one from Bobcat of Anderson. Oops. This is a Model T650, so it looks like they're maybe bidding something else as well. Price $85,100. Trade-in is $25,500 for a total price of $59,600. Another one from Bobcat of Anderson. I'm going to use Karen's opener. Bobcat T66-2. All right, bidding everything they've got in stock. Price $84,100, same trade-in, $25,500, total price $58,600. Of course, we're going to have to look at these to see which of those, if any, meet our spec. And we have one more from Bobcat of Anderson.
Oh, wow. Want that bid.
This is for the trailer that we need. 2026 trailer, model 2923, $19,500. They're offering us $2,500 towards ours for a total price of $17,000. So my request is that you give us permission to take these back for evaluation and tabulation and come back with a recommendation.
Moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to refer the bids to the general manager for tabulation, evaluation, and recommendation. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Second action item is a request to receive bids for one new 2026 or newer compact pickup truck as previously approved in the 2026 capital budget. This would be for the engineering department. This particular item, we requested back in 2024, and we were unable to get bids. So we did, and we were requesting two in 2024. Just to keep an eye on the budget, we decided to split it up over 2 years. So we did acquire one of these last year, and now we're bidding the second one this year. We are not offering a trade because we could always, even though the pickup truck that we are going to take out of regular service is about 15 years old, we can still use it as a standby and use it on the property. You can always use a pickup truck. So this would be an outright purchase. But we are requesting permission to move forward with bidding this vehicle.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to authorize the general manager to receive bids on a pickup truck for the engineering department. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. As you know, and as we discussed very briefly at the Richmond Common Council meeting, we're working on asking for rates to be considered, to be adjusted. And through the process of numerous conversations and presentations over the last several weeks, there's been a lot of questions that have come up, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to just bring everybody up to speed again on some of the things that we frequently get asked as a community when it comes to our power supply. As you know, we acquire our power from IMPA. Their 2025 fuel mix continues to change. Or their fuel mix continues to change, and this is the mix as of 2025. It's 53% coal, 19.3% nuclear, 14.6% natural gas, and 13.1% renewable. I was looking at some information earlier today, and just 10 years ago, that coal percentage was 75%. So they've made a lot of strides in continuing to diversify our fuel mixture. So IMPA, again, who provides our wholesale power, has ownership in, and has purchase power agreements in place for solar, wind, nuclear, natural gas, and coal generation. And that's highlighted in that kind of squished map there on the right-hand side. The reason we include Illinois is because there is, in fact, a coal-fired plant that IMPA is part owner in Illinois. So how does all that power from all over the Midwest get to us? Well, IMPA also has joint ownership in Indiana's JTS, which stands for Joint Transmission System. They are in partnership with Indiana Duke and Wabash Valley Power Alliance. And of course, there are also agreements with PJM and MISO for the use of transmission facilities as well. So locally, this is kind of the questions we get the most. what's going on with the generating station, and we'll talk about solar here in a moment. But locally, IMPA does continue to operate the Whitewater Valley Station at RP&L and has 2 combustion turbines on Gates Road. All of these facilities I'm mentioning now do serve as peaking operations, so they operate on those hot days and those very, very cold days. IMPA continues to reinvest in the Whitewater Valley Station, and in fact is rebuilding unit number 1 right now. And they hope to have that up and running later this fall for the winter peak season. When it comes to solar, they own and operate the 8 solar parks in our community. So the big question we always get, and I've gotten numerous times recently, is where does that power go? And that power feeds directly into our substations. It is not put on transmission lines and sent elsewhere. It's generated here and it is consumed here. So how much power is generated here? Well, in 2025, those 8 solar parks generated 75,915,478 kilowatt hours. That totaled 8.5% of our total power in 2025, which is not bad for a renewable power source. It's a great economic development tool as well. Of course, many of you were here in June for the battery ribbon cutting at Solar 6 out on Wernley Road. This is the first project for IMPA of this type, and again, it's an honor for RP&L to be chosen for that battery storage project. But that's where our power comes from IMPA. Now, since we were talking about solar, I haven't given this little presentation in probably 2 years because there's not been a lot that changed. But since we were talking about renewables, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about this tonight. First off, everybody runs through their yard after they get new solar panels. Isn't that cool? So we're going to talk about 2 different types of solar. One is called net metering. The other is called PPA, Purchase Power Agreement. Net metering is less than 10 kilowatts of demand when it comes to the size of those panels. So we have 17 net metering customers in the city of Richmond. Those 17 net metering customers use 240,436 kilowatt hours of power in 2025. Their solar provided them 48,604 kilowatt hours of power. So the solar provided 20% of their power in 2025 for those 17 net metering customers. Another clarification on net metering, again, the demand side of it is it's less than 10 kW, but net metering also means they get a retail credit for the amount of solar that they produce. So they got a 20% off their bill for having those solar panels generating power on their behalf. The second type that we have in Richmond is the purchase power agreement. So if they generate more power than they use at their facility, that power is purchased by IMPA. We have 7 purchase power customers in Richmond. That hasn't changed since 2024. Those 7 customers used 207,209 kilowatt hours of power. Their solar provided them with 151,250 kilowatt hours, or 73% of their power. So as a larger solar panel, of course, they were able to provide, or solar array, they were able to provide more power to that customer.
Tony, some examples of these facilities?
These are some of the larger ones. The first one in town that has the big sign out front is I believe it's the Friends Church on Chester Boulevard, right near Friends Fellowship.
Okay.
And they have a sign out front that says "Powered by the Sun," and they are a customer that pushes back a lot back onto the grid due to the nature of their business.
Right, they're not there very much.
Yeah. And then there are some residential customers that have larger than 10 kW systems. I'm trying to think of some other businesses, but I can look it up for you. But we only have 7 of those that have that large of an array. I think another one is on Williamsburg Pike. The storage facility has them on their roof out there. So combined customer solar generated from the 24 customers I just mentioned produced 199,819 kilowatt hours of power, or approximately 0.2% of our overall demand in 2025. A little bit different picture from the IMPA solar parks. But coming soon, balcony solar. So this seems to be the hot topic. This has been a discussion item at the IMPA board meetings. I know we've had a customer here in Richmond asking us about this. So this is supposedly going to be the new trend in solar, these small power or panels. And what you would do, you would just directly plug this into your outlet, and it would backfeed into your system. So these systems are now being governed by new safety certifications, specifically UL 3700. This was just adopted in December of 2025, and they just started testing and certifying these systems in January of 2026. So we will not allow any of these to connect to our system unless they are UL 3700 approved, and again, that is currently happening. But again, this seems to be the latest trend in solar. So, any questions?
I think all the balconies right over there.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same
Tony,
thing. That's like, there's a
what's the approximate cost of those little things?
We've heard a couple $1,000s, so they are considered affordable.
So what will it do, light one light bulb or what?
Yeah, that's not going to do, honestly, a lot for someone. I mean, these have been widely accepted, I guess, in Europe, but their power prices are incredibly higher than they are here in the United States, so maybe their payback is a little shorter over there than it would be over here.
What's the life expectancy of one of the solar units?
Right now, we're predicting 20 to 30 years. At least that's what IMPA's predicting on theirs. A lot of the residential solar that has been installed in Richmond, those salespeople have told our customers they expect it to last between 20 and 25 years as well.
Is this one out here dead?
It was tested about 5 or 6 years ago, but I can't remember. It's generating some, but not a lot, I don't think. It's an old one.
Tony,
Yes, sir.
what's the rules on these balcony ones for running hand in hand?
Well,
It's a joke.
from your, from my, well, Jerry.
It's a small balcony. Get to run and play.
Any more questions on solar before I wrap up tonight? I have one more item. Okay. Just an update, we are working on the State Board of Accounts audit. They are in Richmond. I assume they're working with the city of Richmond as well. So our accounting team is working very closely with them. We never know year to year when they're going to arrive, but they are here now, so we're spending time with them. And then we start our 2027 budget process in August. We haven't started yet, so I don't have anything to report. But I know the mayor mentioned trick or treat. I'm going to go ahead and mention our budget meeting for potentially November 9th, if you want to go ahead and put that on your calendars. So we were looking at our calendars at work, and I thought, you know what, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and mention it to you all as well. So we will make sure, we'll work on the details, and I'll report back on that at future meetings.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Foster? It's the board's pleasure.
Move for adjournment.
Second.
You got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
I assume, Tony.
You are watching Whitewater Government Television, WGTV, Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television